I want to go across now to Taranjit Sandhu. Taranjit Sandhu is now a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Before this, he was India's ambassador to the United States. He's an expert on everything that happens on Capitol Hill, understands the India-America relationship than most people. Thank you very much, Mr. Sandhu, for joining us. You know, you were on the ground when we met you at your residence in DC when Prime Minister Modi was meeting with President Biden. How do you compare that visit, that was a state visit, with this more working visit between Prime Minister Modi and Donald Trump? Donald Trump seems this time round to be very transactional. The jappis are less effusive. It's more business-like. He's putting America first and not caring as much about his friends.
So I don't know, Rahul, if the jaffis were less, but you look at, see it from 2014 onwards. Prime Minister Modi came first time in 2014, then 2015, then 2016. But there was a change of administration in 2017. And there was also a change of administration in 2021. And again, there's a change of administration in 2025. I think the timing itself speaks. It's a bipartisan relationship and it has developed. And as my friend Mukesh was saying, I think the joint statement speaks about clearly about 6 areas. And this has been a steady progress. So defense, investment, trade, energy security, technology innovation, multilateral cooperation, people-to-people ties. So that has been developed. But the significance of this visit certainly is that it's early in President Trump's second tenure and within 3 to 4 weeks. And it's a great opportunity. Look, their equation is very good. And that helps to undertake a candid conversation and to have the discussion on number of these issues. And some of them Mukesh also alluded to.
So you were ambassador when that whole agreement for GE 404 turbo afterburn engines was signed. Now, since then, we actually haven't received those engines, leading to Indian defense commentators questioning the reliability and trustworthiness of America as a defense supplier. President Trump offered the F-35 stealth fighters, which is a significant offer in terms of a weapon purchase, but there's no talk of any transfer of technology. And even in the engines which were promised to us, we're still waiting.
So, Rahul, I don't want to compare, but you know, in United States, it's the private sector, unlike Russia, where it is the state organizations which are running it. You are aware that during the COVID, there has been a major supply chain problem. And one of the issues discussed this time was also reliable supply chain, which incidentally was a term coined and really pushed by Trump in his first phase due to the COVID at that time. So this aspect has been brought to the attention of US administration. And I know that the senior people there, you know, there are a number of negotiating issues. You saw one of the earlier Trump 1.0 deputy assistants to the president in her interview. She mentioned that it took 7 years for an agreement which was a promise which was made. You know, there are procedures and processes. So I'm sure this has been flagged in the conversations. And if you look at the defense aspect this time, there are a number of issues. In fact, the 10-year, what we talk of the framework, is due this year. And they are saying that it will be much more innovative. And they are also going to be looking at top of the line. Because ultimately, remember, we require defense equipment, and you know why we require. We require top-of-the-line equipment. And that, I think, ultimately is the market which decides. And we have to take a call on that. And certainly United States, in this joint statement, has underlined the fifth-generation aircraft, etc., which will be offered.
Okay, I'll leave it there. Taranjit Singh Sandhu for joining us. Thank you. Former Indian ambassador, very recently in DC, explaining his thoughts.